Hello, 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 hello. So, is anybody out there actually listening? Anybody interested in immortality? Right? Okay, good, good, good. So I'm just looking at our tag here, get ready to live forever. I mean, does anybody actually, is that worth a second thought? Do we really have to consider immortality? Certainly when it comes to digital assets, we do. So the gaming sphere, the lives of our virtual goods, the longevity of them are a real concern. And how we manage them is very much now with the rapid adoption of cryptocurrency, something that everybody has to consider, especially now that real value is becoming widely accepted when it comes to virtual goods. So the Neverdie ecosystem is designed with immortality in mind, because there is a chance that we will be uploading our consciousnesses within the next few decades. The great thing about that, even though it's a very ambitious concept, is that it means that we're thinking very big and that we are taking an interest in, generations, future generations. So the biggest opportunity that's widely understood with the blockchain and cryptocurrencies is the potential of the virtual goods economy. There's already a billion-dollar industry, multi-billion-dollar industry in the trade of all kinds of virtual goods. People trading skins, virtual items, currencies within games. The blockchain creates the opportunity for these virtual goods to become interoperable. But just because you can move an item outside of a game and trade it in an exchange so that another person can take ownership of that item and then use it inside a game does not actually support a global interoperable virtual goods economy. It just means that you have a virtual item that can be owned outside of a game. That doesn't create the opportunity for a massive new market for that virtual item. That's the same as saying that I could buy an item in America, I could leave America with the item, I could sell it to my friend in Paris, and then he could go back to America and use it, but I can't use it in Paris. There's nobody in Paris who wants to buy it because it's not usable. So in order for virtual goods to really, for the virtual goods market to explode to the level that the blockchain can support, you first have to create infrastructure that can be adopted by all games to use items that across games. Now, how do you do that? Well, the one thing that human beings share, regardless, maybe not the one thing, but one of the main things that human beings share, regardless of what country they were born in, is they share skills and skill development, whether it's language, whether it's, you want to ask a question? Oh, excuse me, let's hear a question. What's the 1-minute pitch? Okay, Neverdie is, okay. Yes, sure. The 1-minute pitch, ready? Okay. The 1-minute pitch, in order to have a $1 trillion virtual goods economy, we have to have skills that are interoperable between all games, just like in the real world. Okay, you use the same skills to drive a car in Paris as you do to drive it in America. You use the same skills to pick up a pencil from one country to another. You use the same skills to operate. So in virtual worlds, you have to create a universal consensus of skills that are used in all worlds for virtual goods to then be tradable within those worlds. Otherwise, all you have is virtual goods that you own outside of the game, but there is no demand outside of one game to another. And that is what the Neverdie platform ecosystem provides, is interoperable skills and attributes that will support a $1 trillion virtual goods economy. Okay, there we go. So, okay, so we've got a few minutes left. Hopefully everybody kind of understood that concept. We have about, and it's not rocket science to create these skills. Where the rocket science is in balancing the skills so that developers who are who want to control their own platforms will actually adopt it and feel that there's fairness. Fairness is the most critical component. So what we've done already, Neverdie did its ICO 2 years ago, and we've built our token ecosystem. We've built our mobile wallet. We've built our PC wallet. We've built our first blockchain game that rewards skill and attribute tokens. We've built API, and so that developers can simply tap into the API and expedite the development of games that utilize interoperable skills. And finally, we're now developing and we're focusing on adoption through tapping into things like Alexa, voice command, and just simplicity of onboarding. So that's really what we're doing and where we're at, and we've just positioning ourselves so that when everybody finally cuts through the noise of all the great ideas that are out there, that they can hone in on the real fundamentals of what is going to work. So does anybody have any questions?
So with regards to the Alexa integration,
yes,
is that something that you're going to build with regards to the Alexa skills?
Yes.
Okay.
We have an approved Alexa skill now. It's called My Neverdie Wallet. So you say, Alexa, open My Neverdie Wallet. And then if you ask Alexa certain questions about cryptocurrency, instead of saying, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, she'll say, yeah, sure. And, show you the logos for the various coins and give you prices and estimates on how many of one coin you'll have to trade for another. So that skill, that Neverdie skill, is already there and approved. And then our version 2 will enable you to send coins. So you can say, send 5 ETH to so-and-so. And the reason that that's possible is the Alexa is actually interacting with the API of our wallet, so with all of our security. And so we already have, from what I understand, the most advanced skills for cryptocurrency as a result of all the work that we've done developing the API for our wallet. And what's exciting here is that there's 100 million devices out there through Amazon, and this potentially just makes it easier for people to access the crypto world.
So the second question to that is, if I were a developer for Alexa skills, is that something sort of outside of the realm of Neverdie, or as a developer, is that something that I could, in the future, think of like, okay, how can I maybe add that to what you guys do, or is that completely out of scope? Does that make sense, what I'm saying?
No, it's a very interesting, depending on what kind of skills you're developing, all of our API is available, and it's freely available. We want, we're trying to create a universal system, which is, interestingly enough, it's the last thing that anybody wants when they have new ideas for a new technology. It's always about your ideas.
Right.
But at the end of the day, for this whole thing to really grow, we actually have to work together as much as possible. So, yes, for game developers, the API is there. They'll be able to use our Alexa skills. If you're already an Alexa skill developer, you may find value in our API. You may be. That's a good question.
Thank you. And one other question. And is that also cross-platform? So mobile, like casual gaming on mobile and console gaming as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. Right now, our next goal, as soon as is to be able to say, "Hey Alexa, buy a dragon, teleport my knight," and et cetera, et cetera. Awesome. So as soon as, and we're very close, and then it's fantastic. I mean, you could literally look at your phone, right, and you open the mobile, your game, and instead of moving your thumb, you can just actually, you just actually control the game through Alexa.
Nice.
Right, which
Awesome.
is pretty interesting, and we think potentially, will again help us reach, the wider market that's still taking their time about adopting.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Anybody else? All right. So if you're interested, obviously you can go to neverdie.com, but we have a booth over here too. Thank you very much.